listeners. We bake. It's your boy Jerome Williams. I got my good friend Kendall in the building. How you feeling this week, brother?
Feeling good, feeling great. I just left the gym, so I'm actually perking up because I'm tired.
I also got my good friend Montre in the building. How you feeling this week, brother?
Oh man, I'm feeling blessed, brother. Good as always. You already know.
Mm-hmm. It's a late Monday evening podcast, so I'm pretty sure we all gonna have to be low energy right now. I ain't took no B12 today. I got to get some B12 shots to get going.
You do shots?
No, I'm about to start doing some shit. But yeah, man. I just
do tangy tangerine.
Yeah, I just wanted to check in with y'all because we ended our last episode abruptly because we were having some audio technical issues over here. So we just wanted to get back with y'all. But as y'all can see, today's topic will be on Brittany Renner because she must be stopped at all costs. This woman is a detriment to our community. she must be stopped. But
she out of control, though.
Yeah, but I definitely want to start off because the reason we didn't record yesterday on Sunday because I was at a Leon Bridges concert, phenomenal concert by the way, worth every dime, man. Leon Bridges, that album. What's his new album called? Let me look it up right quick. Because
it is called. I got you. Hold on. Gold Digger Sound.
Gold Digger Sound. That is correct. Yeah, phenomenal album.
Please tell me Robert Glasper was there.
I wish he was not there, unfortunately. But he did have Abraham Alexander open up for him. He's a young man out of Fort Worth as well. Amazing artist. I definitely be on the lookout for him. He got a few songs on Spotify and Apple Music, but I don't think he's been actually releasing music since 2019. But the set list that he played on at the concert last night, he was actually selling for merch, and the music that he performed last night was a phenomenal. He actually out vocal performed Leon Bridges, in my opinion. Yeah, he killed that, and it was at Stubbs. I'm not sure if the listener's familiar, but Stubbs is a historic barbecue place here in Austin. It was black owned. The guy was known for bringing local artists and acts in and whatnot to perform at that venue. It was my first time there, but it was phenomenal, man. I've had their barbecue before, but actually going there and experiencing the live music was definitely a great experience. The only thing about the venue was standing room only, so you got to stand up. I was on my feet for like 5 hours. And I was standing on the hill, so I was leaning on one leg. So by the time I was done, my left leg was completely numb. But it was worth it, man. To be entertained like that, definitely worth it. But if you're gonna ever come to Stubbs, just be prepared to stand up for a long time. But the show was definitely lit though.
Sir, you did not tell me that Robert Glasper did an album called Dinner Party, and it's with Terrence Martin, himself, Ninth Wonder, and Kamasi Washington.
I think I told you about that. Yeah, I'm sorry if I didn't. I thought I told you because I'm a huge Robert Glasper fan, and he be dropping projects out the blue, so you never know what he's gonna drop.
Robert Glasper and Kamasi Washington together is out of control.
Yeah, out of control.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Not telling me, appreciate that.
Definitely can't wait to check that out.
He's selfish, Kenny.
Yeah, I'm selfish.
He got a dessert album too. It's like a double disc or something. Like it's wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm definitely gonna listen.
And don't judge me, y'all. This is all I had tonight in the refrigerator. So I'm drinking like a white woman tonight. Yeah. All right, listen. And I done messed up the audio again. Hold on a second. Let me unplug this because it don't even matter. I'm like that ugly message on the screen. Can y'all say something now? All right, bet. We'll just keep it here, man. It's gonna be better than that scratchy audio. I'll warn about this another time because it's pissing me off. But yeah, you sound a little bit lower coming in than me, but yeah. Go ahead and get loud. I'm cool. But shit. Now I gotta go through my production notes again, man. I hate having technical issues. But man, my fantasy football team is god awful. Both of them. I'm in 2 different leagues, man. And I auto draft because of this damn podcast. Y'all listeners, lucky we enjoy doing this. We love y'all because I missed my draft both times. Mess with this damn podcast. And he definitely kicked my ass last time, too. Let me check this audio on my end, make sure this is coming through clear. Mess with this damn podcast. Oh, yeah, y'all sound super low, man. I'm going to have to fix this audio right quick. Brief intermission, listeners. And he definitely kicked my ass last time, too. Yeah, y'all sound horrible. Oh, this is a travesty. Try this one. All right, say something, y'all.
Testing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we good here. I ain't gonna worry about that.
Go Bucks, by the way.
Yes, sir.
How that sound?
I was gonna try to flex for the camera, but I can't even lift my arms.
Nah.
So as hell.
Oh, God.
I'm just checking the audio right now. Coming in now.
We're needing Pyramino asses.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to ready to throw this damn mixer out the window, bro. This damn thing been acting a fool. I'm gonna have to get a new one clearly because we can't keep having these interruptions on our show. Give me something to talk
Put in
about.
on that.
I put in. I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
Or just tell me what it is and I'll order it.
Yeah, but it's a good thing that I know what I'm doing on this end. I have to just get better. I'm checking in with my technical assistant over here, but our audio is fine. Is great right now. What was we talking about before we got interrupted? Our trash ass fantasy league, and yeah, I definitely had Trey the first round, and he actually drafted and kicked my ass.
Yeah.
So you just gonna sit there like that?
Hey, bro.
Okay.
You know I love you. I didn't mean to. You know what I mean? I
it's
should
all
have been
good,
closer, but you know.
Yeah, it should have been closer.
Yeah.
Had I had my actual bench in, but like I said, that was unpredictable. You never know what you can get on that.
Yeah. Hey, if we hope listener, I'd like to trade for Travis Kelce if you allow me.
Be home listening.
Yeah, man. You got Travis Kelce, bro.
Oh,
got Travis Kelce, man. I need to get tight end, man.
Ken, I'm mad you ain't play this year, bro. You definitely gonna have to hop on fantasy football with it.
The reason why I never play, to be honest, it's not so much just me being an ass. It's more so because like I'm terrible when it comes to like remembering to swap players out, and I'm definitely not gonna play even the football fantasy because like I honestly don't even keep up with football as much as y'all do.
Yeah.
You know, not like I know Rome, you're not like a hardcore football fan, but like you keep up with that shit more than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, me all day they go Packers, but like my mom and my family are way bigger football fans than I am. Like to me, it's all it's baseball and basketball for me. So if I were to play in any league, it would be basketball. But like even then, I always forget to sub my players out, and I start getting angry. And then you got Jason, his punk ass, always sending all these damn trades, and I just eventually be like, "Get away from me! Here you go." And then y'all be mad. So yeah,
man.
It's a whole process.
I'm definitely a casual.
I do enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a casual football fan. But while we on the subject of football, man, what was Brett Favre on yesterday, fam? Like, how did y'all feel about that?
You mean Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. I said Brett Favre. My bad. I definitely meant Aaron Rodgers.
No. He meant Brett Favre because Aaron Rodgers was throwing him interceptions like Brett Favre, man. He's tossing them.
Bro, he Brett Favre.
Yeah.
God, he was fired. He was definitely fired yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know.
Favre.
Do y'all think he's just giving up on the team? He's just quitting on the team?
Nah, bro. I mean, like, fam, they not, these athletes ain't Jesus, bro. They're allowed to have a bad game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, right.
I don't think he's shaving points like people are rumoring.
Right. Well, you know they're out of control, and if the next game he throws 5 touchdowns, he's the best ever.
Right.
You know how people are idiots. So not y'all, not our listeners, but other people.
Right. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I honestly didn't watch majority of the game, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
Couldn't give you my
I watched the whole game. Yeah, but it's other issues too, like our offensive line, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not getting no time. Then the wide receivers aren't being able to get open. They're double teaming Devontae Adams every time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Running game one doing. It's so much that.
And it's. I don't understand. Like, our line is always a problem. Like that's just crazy. Like
and our defense is just horrible. Like you know what I'm saying?
So. Like you see the amount of time Tom Brady gets in the pocket. It's like. Why don't you strive for that type of shit to where you protect the quarterback so that he does have time? That's just always been my problem with it. But like I said, I'm casual.
Jameis Winston was sitting in the pocket, but bro, like literally, like
he was camping.
He had to throw it away a couple times because like he had no receivers, but he was just sitting there like, dog, I don't want to throw this shit away. Like, hey, they're not getting anywhere near me for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Like it's a lot, bro. He started forcing stuff, after they kept getting in, bro. He got sacked a couple times, and he just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna force this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And we need the defense to make some damn stops too. I mean, because it wasn't like Jameis Winston went for 350. What did he? I don't even think he went for 150.
Listen, bro, he didn't, bro. Listen. They coach is so good, bro, because he's playing him.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, bro.
You still there?
Yeah. You can't let Jameis Winston throw 50 times a game, bro. You'll have 27 interceptions. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Bro, literally, bro, he had 3 touchdowns and he had like 77 yards in the first half. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, all of it was literally like, no, we finna run this ball. Mm-hmm. He gonna make short passes, but it's gonna be runs, short passes. And then when they got down that red zone, we gonna let him let it fly. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, he ended the game with like 5 touchdowns.
So he basically managed the game right and didn't give him no opportunities to just throw the ball away, which is good because James will let that shit fly.
Bro, he will turn it over, bro. Speaking of fantasy, I had him 2 years ago, and I still have a hate for him since then, bro.
Fantasy will make you hate some players.
It was his 30 for 30. And I ain't talking about ESPN.
Speaking of 30 for 30, man.
30 interceptions, man. Straight up.
They need to do a damn 30 for 30 on Skip to my Lou, Ray Forrester. Because I've been seeing him on Vlad TV.
Yes, they do.
I seen he just recently, and we don't fuck with Vlad like that. But I recently seen that when I was on my YouTube, he had an interview with him, and I just thought about it. I'm like, man, why don't they have some sort of 30 for 30 for
bro?
He went from street ball to the NBA, like, bro.
He really needs that, bro. Yeah,
bro, he does. Seriously.
Yeah, he was the first player in the NBA history to do that too.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody else has done it since him.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? I seen a documentary about all of that, the Rucker Park and shit, and a dude that was around the same age as him. He was in some of them A1 mixtapes and shit. His name was Alamo, bro. He was basically like a 6'5", 6'6" Skip to my look. And bro, he literally was like the same scouts, all them same people that was coming there to see Skip was coming there to see me. He said they was trying to pay me to go to college, all type of. He said paid him to go to college, bro. He had NBA scouts, all type of shit, bro. He said, man, I'm making more money in these streets than what y'all talking. You know what I mean? So he never.
Oh, you talking about? Who did you say? You because I know exactly what you're talking about.
His name Alamo. He literally like a 6'4" to 6'6" Skip to my Lou, bro. Like
right, but that
2 guard, yeah.
But no, it was another cat too. That's not his street name. No,
probably thinking about hot sauce.
No, the street name of the guy that Trey is talking about. That's not what he got. He got a more famous name, and I cannot think of it right now. But it'll come to me later. But that would be 140, 30 for 30.
I also forgot that Escalade was Mark Jackson's brother.
Yeah, I forget that all the time too. Until you see a picture of them next to each other, then you see how much they look exactly like each other. God. Hey, but we digress. I'm back on the subject.
Yeah, we are. My bad.
We way off right now. We
throw that out there, man. I'm like, why don't he have a fucking 30 for 30? But yes, continue. My bad.
Now,
y'all know I will divert.
Yeah, until I was having these audio issues, I wanted to play this so I can let y'all know why I feel like Brittany Renner must be stopped. This woman is out of control. Trey, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the ball to you, so you can kind of give our listeners, bring our listeners up to speed on the latest with her. If they're not familiar with Brittany Renner, you can kind of give a background of who she is, and then the latest of news with her. The deep breath.
So Brittany Renner is she's an Instagram model or whatever. You know, she sells cookies, whatever they do on Instagram. But you know, she dates a lot of famous guys and stuff like that. And so PJ Washington of the Charlotte Hornets started dating her for a while, and you know, he ended up getting her pregnant, of course, and she broke up with him. I don't even think the baby was 2 weeks.
Why are you laughing at that?
Because she's out of control. Look. So the latest thing is she posted a video about her saying like where the stepdaddy season.
Mm-hmm. No, I got the video right here. I'm gonna play it in my microphone. Yeah. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring up the link. Yeah. It's about a minute long. I did have the audio hooked up, but I had to do a workaround, so we're just gonna work with this.
Hey y'all, it's officially stepdaddy season. Yeah,
I see her too.
Car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So if it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. Okay? It just will. That's how that goes. And trust me, I know it's ghetto. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. But, me and my baby gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So we're moving forward, onward, upward. Okay. I know a lot of you are skeptical about talking to people with children, but I can assure you, the baby mamas now, today, we don't give a damn. You can have them. I have exited the rat race. I am not a threat. I want you to be around for a long time, not a good time. You can hold my son, put him on your story. I trust his judgment. I really do. I really, really do. I just want you guys to be happy. I swear. I do. Now, I'm not a threat. But, you know, I can't speak for the other hoes that you don't know about. You know, maybe odds ever be in your favor. But I am here for it, okay? Like, people move on. Save you should have got the ring first. It wasn't going to work out anyways. It just wasn't going to work out. Let's laugh together and let's raise this baby, you know? Ooh, this ghetto! It's so fucking ghetto.
Turn her off.
Yeah, I'm about done because I just had to give y'all a little bit of what she was talking about because literally she wasn't making any sense on anything that she was talking about.
I was trying to put it together.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is she talking
exactly.
about?
I was trying to put it together too, but I had to let y'all know because like she's been on the internet doing these same exact antics before, making nonsensical statements, up in her car, damn near laughing maniacal like she the Joker or something, damn near eating glue on camera.
She is the Joker.
That's what I'm saying. And Cats is still trying to bag her. Like, fam, like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, it ain't nothing in the world that look that good. She's a very attractive young lady, but it ain't nothing in the world that's gonna fix that woman's mental health. She is absolutely fucking nuts. And I don't understand how people keep falling for allegedly. I'll put allegedly on there. I want to be slanderous, but I don't know how people keep falling for this man. And now she's out here again. How old is her baby Trey? Probably about 3 months old. And she out here trying to
2 or 3 months.
That's what I'm saying. And she out here trying to catch somebody else and trap them. Like how do y'all athletes fall for this? How do y'all? I don't understand it. Rappers, she done been.
So then they say because she like 30, 31, 32, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say she like used to be outside to or be at the Kentucky games, recruiting these 18-year-olds.
Allegedly. You always got to say allegedly, Trey. This woman, man.
Listen, she needs to write a book. That's what she needs to do.
Mm-hmm. How to Trap a Nigga in Less Than 30 Days. I give her the book title, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just understand, this boils down to proper... I call it proper penis management.
PPM.
PPM, proper penis management. Pause. Like, fam, like you have
PPMP.
to have some kind of.
We need t-shirts. We need t-shirts.
Yes, bro. Listen, but you have to have some kind of sexual discipline.
We need merch.
When you making money, you got to have some kind of sexual discipline. You cannot just jet to the first thing in a skirt that look good. Like, you got to like Kendall, you've worked hard to get this far in your life. How have you managed to stay unscathed?
Hey man, you just gotta dodge the bullets. You gotta a lot of times, man, a lot of dudes just don't like to strap up, man. And sometimes you gotta just make an executive decision. And sometimes you really gotta strap up, if you are messing with the dimes or the bad ones, because those are the ones you might fall in love with. So you better strap up, and then she might throw your ass for a loop. You know what I'm saying? So some brothers just don't understand that, man, and they go full gung ho. And I think it might have something to do with maybe how they were in their former years, in the early stages of their life, and maybe didn't quote back the girls as they did early on, and then as they got older, started getting a little bit of money or whatever, they just go full force and then they lose control. Maybe that's just a theory, but I mean, you just stick with it, man. If you got a plan, stick to it. You'll execute. But if you wobbling, you might slip up and get you a Brittany.
So basically, you're saying his brother should be wearing condoms at all costs, correct?
Condoms too, but just also mentally making sure that you are paying attention and not just looking at the assets.
Thinking with the wrong head. Is that what you're trying to say?
There you go. There you go.
I'll put it in language.
That's a great summary, right? Boom.
Yeah. Boom. I think too many of us in our community don't have enough sexual discipline. I definitely think we need to learn that in some semblance. Like you can't just try to go conquer everything. Like, it's nuts though, man. Like I said, so this man's life. How much is he paying a monthly child support, Trey?
Well, the report said 200,000, but he said he actually tweeted out that's cap. So
I'm pretty sure it's still substantial.
Very substantial because they're going off of what you make, and so like
a lot of money.
I think he made like 2.4 million this year. You know what I mean? Like so, like you got to think about it. They coming for 15 to 30% of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
Yeah,
and taxes.
Yeah.
Bro, this is nuts. What we at here?
And I just seen something that came up. Is her name Chloe Bailey? I think she's I was seeing some rumor about her messing with Future. Of course, I didn't fact check anything, nor did I look into any of that.
Yeah.
But I was like, uh-oh, there's another one.
Yeah. I don't know, Chloe. That's the Beyonce protege, right? Because I'm not too familiar.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, or that's what I read when it said. Because I don't even know who Chloe Bailey is. Let me start over. But I did see the Beyonce protege. I did say that in there in the little blurb.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looks like Future's. I don't know, man. He must got the golden touch or something. I don't know what's going on. He's like the checkpoint.
Bro, listen, I don't think he give a fuck, bro. I'm keep real with you. I don't think
he seemed like a checkpoint. Like
yeah. You got to check that off.
Well, her career gonna her career is either gonna skyrocket or she's gonna end up bagging somebody more symbols of power in the future. Yeah. Because he seemed to have that kind of effect on women. He like the ultimate fuck nigga. So it always
you doing something.
Allegedly. I gotta always throw that in there. Allegedly. No slang.
Allegedly a fuck nigga.
Straight up. While I'm over here drinking White Claw.
There you go. Red Claw.
Right. Shut up, dog.
I know, man.
Mm-hmm. Dude is nuts. But man, okay, so now let's go ahead and catch our listeners up on that story we were talking about last week before we lost our audio. The light rail. We were just about done with the subject, but Kendall, I'll go ahead and let you just kind of tie all things together because I think we left off on what cities it was going to end up in.
Yeah, we spoke about all the cities, but it was. I can go back real quick. Give me a second. The stations will be established in Shreveport, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, and Birmingham. They're trying to move them all the way through Dallas as well, and reaching pretty far, stretching far out. But it's the name of the project is Project I-20X, and it's spanned over 800 miles between Dallas and Atlanta. They're pretty much going to try this. Where they want to start is in Birmingham, Alabama. It's pretty much where they're getting the most traction. So as far as like the innovation is concerned, this can be a great way to just kind of boost the economy, especially within the Southeast, which is why they're trying to really push for the Southeast to have it versus the West. Because I know California at one point was trying to do that same thing, which I still think would be beneficial in California as well, especially considering the cost and what's going on out there with the cost of living and things like that. I'm sure people would love to not have to drive and maybe save out some money in that aspect. But as far as the Southeast, I just think it would be a great gateway, especially considering the Black population is pretty high in the Southeast and is the highest, I would say, as far as the Black population is concerned. So yeah, I think it will still be good for everybody, not just necessarily the Black population. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to if they do move through with it, but they are still actively working on this project. So it hasn't really been, it's been gaining way more traction than it was before, but they still haven't greenlit it yet.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we do see that in the near future. I think they wanted to have it done, but was it or started in 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I just can't remember if I was reading.
The latest article on it, if you guys are interested, is on CBS 42, which is Birmingham's CBS local channel. So you can just type in high speed rail system, Birmingham, something like that, and it'll pop up if you want to take a look at it. And of course, we can also add it to the link.
Yeah,
in the YouTube.
Yeah, in the YouTube description. Yeah, I'll definitely add it there. Just make sure you shoot me that article over afterwards.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay, but and then another topic that you brought up, you want to talk about the hidden towns. I thought this was a really interesting subject, so I'll let you take the lead on that as well.
Give me one. So let me send you the link.
It's all good.
Jump over to that. So the reason why I wanted to kind of talk about this was something that one of our friends spoke about, and then we had like a lengthy conversation on it. But it also is kind of near and dear to some of us, especially within the Southeast, because it's pretty prevalent in those areas. But basically what I'm talking about are what they call them are known as drowned towns. And these are basically towns that were built over, historically Black cities, basically, washed away by a lake, for example. I'm just going to kind of read over like 5 of them. There are several different cities that this has happened to, but I do want to make light of these just because they're pretty popular. So some of you already kind of know about Lake Lanier, which is, a weekend destination here in Georgia. It's in Oscarville. That was pretty much the Black town that it was called, Oscarville. But obviously it's known as Lake Lanier now, which is about probably like an hour and some change from Atlanta. So the Oscarville was burned down in 1912 and had more than 1,000 residents, which were forced to flee following some rape allegations. There was a allegation that a young woman was raped and murdered and her name was May Crow. Rob Edwards was arrested in September of 1912 along with Ernest Knox. Edwards was actually dragged to jail, beaten with a crowbar, and then they lynched him like right then and there. Daniel actually went to trial, and they found him guilty on the same day, and they sentenced him to death by hanging as well. After the trials and the executions took place, there were white men in the town of Oscarville known as night riders. They forced the Black families out of their homes by like burning their homes, burning the churches and the schools. We've heard of those tropes, from Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, things of that nature. But basically burned down the entire town, and then just Lake Lanier was built on top of that after it was burned, just to kind of get rid of the kind of like using an eraser over it.
That's the lake that everybody says is haunted down in Atlanta, correct?
Yes.
Yep. They say it's haunted. I actually been to Lake Lanier, and when I told some people I was going, they like, "Why are you going down there?" And and I said, "Well, for me, like, I want to make light of it. I don't want to be afraid to go to this place, even if it is haunted, quote unquote, because I want to be able to bring light to it and be not proud of what happened, but also acknowledging what happened and being and understanding it. You know what I'm saying? And I actually got in the water and everything. And it did feel a certain kind of way. Some people did tell me that they feel a certain kind of way when they go. So I definitely felt some of that. I didn't feel a full presence of that because I'm definitely not I can't say that I'm a resident here. I am now. I moved here, but I ain't gonna pretend like I've been out here for 10 years.
Right.
But I definitely felt a certain presence about it out there. And I just wish I could know exactly where it was, exactly where the town was in that area. That I obviously don't know. But yeah, it's pretty deep, and I definitely suggest people, encourage people to go, because I think it's a great way of, especially if you're a spiritual person, if you want to send a prayer or things of that nature. I think it's a great place to go to, and it's actually pretty nice. But it's just considering what happened, and I think that it's always important to recognize history. There's another town by the name of Cowaliga, in Alabama. It's now known as Benson, Alabama, but it was originally called Lake Martin, which was built on a previous. Well, it's currently called Lake Martin, but it was basically built on a black town called Cowaliga. This was the first black-owned railroad started by William Benson and the black school Cowaliga Academic and Industrial Institute. So it was started by this man. He was actually a former slave, and then he was freed. So his son, John Benson, took over, and he went on to rescue his sister in Florida, who was also separated during slavery, and they made their way back to Alabama. So John then turned around and purchased thousands of acres of land and sold it. That was sold to black families, and then he formed his own community. Once that community was formed, he helped his dad expand the family business, and after the father's death and the closing of the school, Cowaliga was destroyed to make room for Lake Martin. So just another city that was basically wiped out.
Where was this at again?
This was in Benson, Alabama, which is what was originally called Cowaliga. Kowaliga. I want to know. I wonder what that means too. By the way, Cowaliga. Kind of where that comes from. Anyway, we can look that up. Susanna, Alabama. Susanna or Susana was also flooded by Lake Martin. According to Alabama Living, more than 900 bodies were moved. What'd you say, Jerome?
I said I heard about this one before. That's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was a part of, the Benson was basically close to it and within proximity. And according to Alabama Living, more than 900 bodies were moved from cemeteries before the land was submerged, which is, I mean, man, how deep is that? I mean, especially if you're uprooting those bodies, if your family or whomever just trying to have a proper burial space. Anyway, the town once included a gold mine, a school, a grist mill. I don't even know what a grist mill is. A flour mill, a sawmill, a blacksmith shop, and a church. So basically, like, once again, it was just a town, a city where people lived, and just basically destroyed. And then there's also Vanport, Oregon. So in the 1940s, Vanport was the center of a shipyard industry because of World War II, and it became the second largest city in the state real fast, pretty much, as a result of the war. World War II pretty much saw white males, draft to serve overseas. There was a labor shortage, and it pulled the great migration of blacks from the South into these other areas. With soldiers being drafted to fight the war, Oregon saw a labor shortage as well, which resulted in Black Americans from the South. So once they migrated and started to work there, of course, they built cities and things of that nature. The new workers pretty much needed a place to live, and Albina was the neighborhood that they pretty much created. It became too small for the growing population of Black Americans, and Vanport was built as a temporary housing solution. So there were, at the time, at the peak of it, it was 40,000 residents, which were 40% were African-American of that city. And then in 1948, a massive flooding erupted in the neighborhood, and city officials didn't warn the residents of the city of the high water levels. So many didn't evacuate in time, and the town was basically wiped out within a day. Over 18,500 families were displaced, and which was more than a third of the Black Americans that lived there. And now the area is known as Delta Park. And then last but not least, I definitely want to talk about this one, which is called Seneca Village, which is in New York City. Seneca Village was actually in 1825, and it spanned from 82nd Street to 89th Street, along with, 82nd to 89th. By the 1840s, half of the Americans who lived there owned their land, owned the properties there at a rate 5 times higher than the city average. That was their report. In 1857, Seneca Village was torn down by the construction of Central Park. That was what it became eventually. As a result of eminent domain, they basically just told people to move and get up out of there so that they can build a park. The only thing that remains is a commemorative plaque dedicated in 2001 to the Lost Village, but that's pretty much been it as far as telling the story of that. So once again, just kind of showcasing that there have been several different towns that Black people formed and communities and things of that nature, but that were just wiped out. And it's not as a result of not trying. It's just as a result of, strict laws, that are just inhumane. And I don't even think they were laws. Eminent domain might be something considered a law, but it's just a rate of vitriol and, just treating people as if they're not human. And it's just insane.
Yeah, and that pretty much kills that narrative of pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Because you see, every time we get a pair of them, they cut them from right from under us.
Right.
Because we can even go.
So yeah, definitely read about it on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so we can even go back as far as after the Civil War and the Confederate land being turned over to the former slaves that worked the land, and then after President Lincoln was assassinated, Johnson took the land back from the slaves and gave it back to Southern Confederates, and then we entered into sharecropping. So, like I said, this is something that this is a continuing trend throughout America. We just saw it a few years ago with them trying to build a pipeline through the Lakota Sioux Nation in North Dakota, and them trying to fight back. But the United States government said they wouldn't touch their land, but still tried to come and take some more of it back from them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then, not to mention, all you got to on top of they continually do stuff to Lakota Sioux, because if you look up the history of Mount Rushmore, you'll see that Mount Rushmore was formerly Lakota Sioux land too. It was known as the 10 uncles or the 6 uncles or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it was but before it was Mount Rushmore, the natives called it. I think it was the 6 uncles, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But y'all
thought it was the fathers, 6 fathers or something.
It's something that 6 uncles, 6 fathers, something like that. Yeah. It was actual land that was supposed to be under the United States protection, and they actually went and started offering bounties on Lakota's heads to get them from up in there so they can start constructing Mount Rushmore. It's a sick, twisted history. I suggest y'all look it up, man. And North America in general, I don't want y'all Canadians, y'all not exempt either. Because if y'all want to look up another atrocity that North America has committed, go look up Africville. It's spelled AFRIC. AFRICVILLE, Africville. It was in Halifax, Nova Scotia, on the eastern side of Canada, and it was a small town there. It was like I said, Africans had lived into that town since the beginning of time, since before slavery, and they were marginalized to a small area. And here, I'll just give you all a little bit of the story. I'm going to go ahead and read it. It say, Black people had lived in Nova Scotia before the founding of Halifax in 1749. However, it was only after the American Revolution in the late 1700s and early 1800s that large groups of black settlers began to arrive in the province. Many of them were former enslaved people who have been promised freedom. Same thing after the Civil War with the former Confederate lands and the slaves who worked it before. So where I'm at, and letting discover but arrive, they encountered white settlers who viewed them as inferior. Because of racism, black settlers were pushed and to the margins of society, forced to live on the most inhospitable land. Despite this, they preserved and developed a strong, vibrant community known as Africville. Okay, and then let me scroll down a little bit. Where am I here? So showing a little bit of the community. It said, you weren't isolated at any time living in Africville. You always felt at home. The doors were open. That is one of the most important things that stayed with me throughout my life. And this is Irvine Carvery, a former Africville resident. Unfortunately, discrimination and poverty presented many challenges for the community of Africville. The city of Halifax refused to provide many amenities other than halogen. I guess that's what they call it. the local Halifax people, and I have no idea how to say this, but they took it for granted, such as sewage, access to clean water, garbage disposal. Africville residents were paid who paid taxes and took pride in their homes, asked the city to provide them with these basic services on numerous occasions, and they refused to. The city compounded the problems by building many undesirable developments in and around Africville, including infectious disease hospitals and prison dumps. Instead of providing proper municipal services to the community, the city of Halifax eventually relocated residents of Africville. The city said it wanted to build an industry and infrastructure in this area, but it also used the language of human rights, claiming that the relocation will improve the standard of living for the residents. And in 1964, Halifax City Council voted and authorized the relocation of Africville residents. Before the discussion was made, there was no meaningful consultation with the residents of Africville to gather their views. In fact, there was later reported that 80% of the residents had never been contacted by the Halifax Human Rights Advisory Committee, which is the group in charge of consulting with the community. So this is when they decided to go ahead and destroy it. Destructing Africville took several years. Residents who could prove they owned their land were offered payment equal to the value of their houses. Residents without proof, some residents did not have deeds, even if their family had lived on the site for generation, were offered only $500. Those who resisted relocation could have their lands expropriated by the city. They were also some accounts of bribery, intimidation being used against the resident and forced them from the neighborhood. In the end, despite resistance, all the residents were relocated, and the last remaining Africville home was destroyed in January of 1970. Now, the city has since then tried to reconcile that, unlike America, by acknowledging their atrocities, but it just goes to show you, man. Like it don't matter where we go. You can see in North America that we were brought here for one purpose, and they intend to maintain that purpose. And it's crazy, man. It's just insane the world we live in, and this is what we have to fight against.
It's kind of like when your spouse like does horrible shit and they never say sorry. And they're just like, get over it. You need to just fix it and figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, man. Fucking sick environment. But anywho, let me
and I just want to real quick say, we don't just talk about this stuff just to highlight bad things about America, but again, it's just about acknowledging history for what it is, and it's a part of American history. You know what I'm saying? North American history in terms of what you're talking about, even with Canada, because we love to act like it was just America or something, and it's not. It was a transatlantic trade. So
right.
It was it covered several different places. So it's not about being down in the dumps. It's about recognizing history for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you won't learn this in your history books in school.
No,
so.
No, that's a fact.
That's also why we talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, it's another thing. Like I said, if you don't know how wicked capitalism and white supremacy is, then this is allegedly. I always like to say that, but if you don't know how
this
wicked,
ain't alleged.
No, this ain't alleged at all. But if you don't know how wicked it is, then you don't know how to fight it. So you got to know what we up against in order to fight it, and realize that we ain't meant to be a part of the system, man. We're gonna have to learn some stuff to either. I mean, we can love America all we want to and contribute to capital gains and trying to uplift our community. Mm-hmm. And I suggest that. Don't just stop and just give up and become hopeless. But it's important to know that there's a problem in order to know how to deal with it. And in order to know how wicked white people are, you got to know these stories so you can know how to approach them in real life.
Exactly. Because I'm not going back to Africa. I'm staying right here. I'm an American. So I want it to be fixed.
Right.
Where's that Luther Vandross?
Oh, that's why. Hey, listen, you must have known I had already pulled it up. Just in case y'all don't know, this is what we do.
Yeah.
YouTube, you only gonna get a few seconds of this. But whenever we get in these moods where we just continue to bring bad news, we got to uplift y'all spirits a little bit. And it's the song to do it. A lot of y'all new ones on
my life it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the new listeners now.
Mm-hmm. Just get you a little bit of that. Just to
right,
uplift your spirit. Hey, somebody said Brittany Renner is a succubus. Hey, we 100% agree. Hey, 100% protect PJ Washington at all costs.
Hey, listen, bro. I just want her to write her book and stop preying on these young men, dog. Like, just leave them alone, please.
Hey,
Damn,
man,
bro.
pray.
Write your book, catch your check, and leave these young men alone.
And she ain't gonna be able to help it, bro. She's pure harassment, pure succubus.
Protect PJ Washington at all costs.
Hey, listen, man. But y'all got anything else to add before we wrap this program up this week? It's another short podcast, but we definitely gonna be back. We were busy, all of us, during Labor Day, so we apologize for not bringing y'all the hour-long episode. We know we got a lot of listeners who prefer when we get a little long-winded, but we've all been super busy. So we kind of getting back on track now. We'll be back Sunday.
Yeah.
And we had a couple heavy topics, so we gotta let that sit.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that real quick. Throw them in the description so they can check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send that to you too.
No, you got it.
That's already in there. Actually, I'm done.
Hey, Trey, you got anything smart you want to say, bro? Since you beat me in fantasy this week.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not, like I said, I love you, bro.
I just hit my mic so hard. Hey, no, you sound like you full of shit. That's what you do.
Hey, that ass whooping. Hey, I whoop that ass respectfully, bro.
Okay, don't worry. We gonna face. Hey, Kendall's holding up his Buck shirt. He gotta say something. He don't realize he can't.
Go Bucks. Go Bucks.
Oh,
no, that shirt fire too. By the way, how you find an NBA Jam Buck shirt?
Somebody bought this for me. I think my sister or my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to them. Shout out to the Steffmans. Go Bucks and Brewers. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Packers too. And Packers.
What the Brewers
like it ain't football season.
What the Brewers record looking like right now?
Listen,
Brewers,
they're like 88 and 55.
89. Yeah, they're killing right now. We on the way. Hold on, let me get to you real quick.
First place. Yeah.
89 and 55. Yep.
Yeah.
89 and 55. Oh, so they ain't lost a game since the last time we spoke.
Oh, we already done clinched. We in
first place right now.
Yeah. What is our
the only teams that have a better record than us in the North in the NL are the Dodgers and the Giants.
Okay. Now, what I was curious about was our all-time win record.
Oh, that I don't know. But this is probably our better. This is probably the best season we've had. Even though we've placed further in the playoffs,
mm-hmm.
like we won a pennant and all that. But like, as far as the level of baseball that they're playing, along with the management, because we don't even have star players. You know what I'm saying? Like not for real outside of our pitching staff. But they're up and coming starting pitchers. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we got like some super bona fide stars on our team. We just have a very great team and a very good manager, man. Like the other night, we Corbin Burns pitched a no-hitter all the way through 8 innings, but he was tired, and so the coach, the manager, instead of leaving him in and letting him pitch those 9 innings for a no-hitter, he took him out. And like most pitchers be pissed. Like, nah, you gotta let me play that. But he even agreed. He was like, I ain't have nothing for the 9th inning. So they just threw in Hader at that point, and then they could just continue the no-hitter with 2 pitchers. So they didn't hit nothing the entire game day before yesterday. So we balling, man, like for real. Like it's really crazy. Like I said, it's just the Dodgers, and as far as the NL is concerned, the Dodgers and the Giants, San Francisco Giants gonna definitely be a problem. Because the Giants are playing amazing baseball as well. But man, I got so much faith in these Brewers right now, bro. It's pretty insane.
Hey, dog, what's Cleveland Indians? What's Cleveland's baseball team name now? Is it called the Indians still?
They're still the Indians.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they ain't
They're still the Indians. They just changed the picture, like the logo. Because remember they had him cheesing with the red face, and then he had that one arrow on top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they took that out. So now it's just an arrow. But they're I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think they have a picture now. I think it's just Indians. I think it's just Cleveland on their jersey. I don't even think they have the logo anymore.
No, it's just
they removed it.
Okay, that's dope. Okay, good. I know. I was just curious because I haven't been keeping up with it with any baseball this year at all.
Oh no, you're right. They did change their name.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking Indian was riding in 2021, bro. I'm sorry.
You're right.
What is it now?
It's the Guardians. They're the Guardians now. That's right. They are the
Okay.
Guardians now.
Okay.
Because their shit is a G now. That's right. I'm my bad. Yeah. I forgot all about that.
That's kind of trash. I do miss the old logos. Them hats was kind of dope, but they was
they still got the big C.
Yeah,
they still got the big C. They just don't got the like I said, the Indian on there.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, you're right. My bad. I stand corrected.
Yeah,
they definitely are the Guardians now.
Yeah, that's news to me. But man, Trey, you got anything else to add, bro, before we wrap? Because I think I'm pretty much done for the night. It's getting late, brother.
Yes,
got a few things to do. We will be back on Sunday, if I'm correct. Correct, fellas? Sunday work for y'all?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll be back Sunday afternoon, so be on the lookout for us, man. I'll post the link early, and we'll be a little bit more prepared now that I got the audio situation figured out, because I don't know what was going on with this stupid mixer over here, guys, so I apologize. But appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we will see y'all on Sunday. Peace.
GDs.
They done let the GDs in the dough.